Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Homestead Overland, Virginia. Today we're going to talk about boar goats and why they suck. So we got some boar goats because we wanted them to eat the weeds around here. They were super cute when they were little, but then as they got bigger, they just started like destroying things and pooping and peeing on everything. Got this nice deer fence. I don't know if you can see because it's blacked out. To keep the deer out, the boar goats like to roll against there and just they stretch it all the way in, scratch their body. They're destroying that. Wherever I stack my wood, they poop over it. Wherever my workbench, you know, to get up here, they poop on it. This is where I'm stacking my wood, and they just like to pee in there. I mean, it's one thing when you're off grid, look, you got outhouse things, you know, are a little nasty around here, but they just like they poop everywhere. They were getting all up into the house. Same with the chickens, so I had to put this fence around here. And then I made a little doggy door for the guys. But they'll come up in here and they walk on things. Like they'll walk inside all the water we're collecting. They knock over these totes. I think it's fun to use our solar panels as like, you know, a sliding board. They jump all over this. I basically had to fence this all in because they'll get up into your stuff. All this used to be stacked nice and neat. And then you see poop and pee everywhere. They chew cables, so this is our solar panels, right? Over here, thank goodness they haven't chewed these yet, but they did chew a solar panel electric fence that we got. Here's our internet. You know, I need to protect that. Here's our fiber optic that we just got put in. I had to put a board over that so they won't eat that wire. It's not hooked up yet. Here's the solar panel to the electric fence that we have that they ate. That cost almost $1,000. Now, I had them a whole nice area. There used to be a greenhouse here, right? And I put tarps over it to keep the snow out, to keep the rain out. And what do? They get up on it and they walk all over it and destroy it. So I basically cut all this out now. This has to go to the dump. And then I built these totes for them to stay in. And they're very difficult to clean. I call it goats in the tote. So you can see in here, I've just been cleaning them out. I'll put brand new straw in here. I'll take, you know, hours cleaning this out. And the first thing they do when they walk inside there is they pee and poop. I just literally watched her just go and go. Whoosh. I was like, I just cleaned it. Now that this whole area, there's no tarp anymore. But what I'm going to do to make it easier to clean is I'm going to take the bottoms off. You can see I flipped this over and I unbolted it. I'm going to cut the bottoms out. That way, basically, it's just going to be the ground there from now on. And then when I need to clean it, all I got to do is lift it up and scoop it out right there instead of getting inside this. Because inside here is not fun, guys. It's stinky. I drilled a bunch of holes in there and the pee still collects. The holes I'm using today are my Dewalt, you know, 20 volt cordless. Basically, it works off a battery, you know, because we're out here off grid. And then I have this drill set that I got on Amazon. You know, we got a regular drill and an impact drill. I use the drill to get the bolts out of this guy so I can open it up. And then the Sawzall with the metal bit, I use that to cut the canopy down. So really, we have a link for all this stuff on Amazon. We're in the middle of nowhere, close to nothing, and we love it. We're on 32 acres out here in Virginia. We're completely off grid. But sometimes it's hard to make some income out here. We're with an Amish guy building things, but it's not like all the time, you know, it's like part-time here and there. So if you hit that little link, if you need these tools, it'll put a little nickel in our pocket. Also, we're 300 hours away of being fully monetized on YouTube so we can start making money. That's one of the ideas that we came up with when we came out here. We're like, what are we going to do for money? Let's start a YouTube channel, not only to share with our family and friends what we're doing, but maybe to share with other people what we're doing and the craziness that goes on. So if you guys can watch our videos all the way to the end or share them and just watch them, it'll help the channel out a lot. Got to get out of the chicken because I'm going to flip this top off. Let me make sure there's no chickens over here. I just used my Sawzall to cut those bolts off because they were kind of jacked up. Couldn't get them out. Watch out, baby girl. You don't want to go back there. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. She ain't listening. Try this again. Come on, baby girl. You got to go on and get. They love to be where I'm working because when I flip over logs and flip over stuff like this, there's worms everywhere. All right, let's see what we got. Push it back. All right, now I got this bottom here. I'm gonna cut the bottom out, and the way to get the saw in there, I'm gonna use a drill. I got my drill here, and I'm gonna get a really big bit. Like I already have a hole started here, so I can get a big hole started, and then I'll Sawzall the bottom out. Fit the saw in there. I just need to clean this area up with a rake, get it all straightened out. Here's the deal now. When it's dirty, I can just flip it and clean it out. And I can put it right back down. And I'll put new straw in there. So we're gonna clean it out right now and put some new straw in there. Bleach water mix. I'll just get it all up in here and wipe it down with a paper towel. This is way easier to clean than cleaning this guy out, because like I said, you got to get in here with a pitchfork, you got to pull it out, put it in, you know, a little gorilla cart, pull it out, then you got to get inside here and clean. It's nasty. This, I get to just rake it up, and this probably won't be as dirty next time because everything's going to fall to the ground. All right, let's go wipe it out. Wondering what we do with all this nasty straw and everything. We have these compost here. They're called human manure compost. And completely off grid, we have an outhouse that works off sawdust. It's a sawdust toilet. And this is the compost we did for the first year we were here. Well, maybe about 3 months ago, we stopped doing that one. In about another year, that will be composted enough to be used. And this is the one we're working on now. And you know, here's all the straw. We take the composting toilet, all the stuff from up there, the sawdust, I dump it in here, and then I cover it with the straw. And after about 2 years, you'll have good compost to put on your flower beds. They got some fresh bedding in there. It's nice and clean. I put the little step back on. I put a log under there just to get some support because they tend to break things. And when I cut the door out, I use that as a little flap to keep the rain out. Now, they don't have anything to help them from the elements up here because they broke down the tarp. But I will build just like a little lean-to with some, what do you call it, plywood. That's just a little off-grid project right there. Look, I'm not complaining about goats, but I am. Look, they're super cool. They're cute. When we got them, we thought they'd be super neat. Oh, here they go. Here she is. Hold on. Yeah, just pee right there. Just pee right there. And look, I left my gate open. Look who's up here, Rudy. Because they think they're dogs, right? And they will come. They'll follow you, but they just want to hang out at the house. They have 32 acres to do whatever they want, but they want to be right here. And then they poop all over. Hey, Rudy. Hey, Bubby. Get out of here. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, get. Come on, get. Let me shut the gate. That was my fault. That was my fault. Keep going. Keep going. This is my little rig right now. I just put this up the other day. Hey, Rudy. You know, you are a big pain in my butt. You know that, right? You getting your little goat beard on now? Yes, you are. I know, Bubby. I know. You're super cool. I love ya. She's going to go in here right now and just take a big old whatever, a poo or a pee. Hey, I haven't cleaned that one out for you yet, baby girl. Go ahead and get inside of that one and just mess it all up. Like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, goats are super cool, man. If you're prepared for them, like we really don't have, we made a mistake. We got a Guernsey cow for milking. That was a big problem. We weren't ready for her. We didn't have the facilities like a barn to separate the calf from the cow. So look, you can learn a lot from our mistakes. We wanted to get goats to like take care of weeds, but they don't want to hang out there. They just want to hang up here like a dog and poop and pee all over everything. And I'm not blaming them. Look how cute she is. Goats, they love to eat stuff like wire, right? Ropes, clothing, towels, whatever you leave out. And they got to pee and poop, but you really need to be prepared and don't let them up where you live. So if you like these kind of videos, we usually make videos on off-grid living. That's what you saw today. Learn from our mistakes. You know, homesteading. There's our garden. We're converting this barn into a barnminium. You know, you learned about boar goats today. And what a pain in the butt they are. Can you please get off my work table? Please, come on, man. Stop pooping on everything. You sons of guns, you. And stop eating my, that was my tree that I was gonna plant. But I'm coming home. I'm coming. I'm coming home. I'm coming. Homestead Overland, Virginia.